Neighborhood cat health update. A few weeks ago I mentioned that one of the neighborhood cats was ill. I didn't reveal which cat since I didn't want to violate the privacy of the cat or the cat's primary trained human. I am happy to report that the cat is doing much better. I helped the cat's primary trained human care for the sick cat. It generally takes 2 humans to administer oral antibiotics to one cat. Possibly there are talented folks who can do this alone. But in this instance the primary trained human held the cat's mouth open. And I actually administered the antibiotic. Does this make me the cat's secondary trained human? This medicine had to be administered for a couple of weeks. There were other medications that also needed to be administered. The cat went to the vet 2 times during this illness. Both times the vet gave subcutaneous water to the cat since Kitty wasn't eating or drinking any water. I didn't know this was a thing. But I was glad that they could do this to help the cat. The illness was an upper respiratory infection, and since the kitty couldn't smell, it wouldn't eat or drink. This makes a respiratory infection very dangerous since the cat could die from dehydration. Everyone was relieved to find out about the subcutaneous water since we didn't know if they would need to hook the kitty up to an IV. That isn't how this situation is handled. The vet also prescribed an appetite stimulant on the second visit since the kitty still wasn't eating. Happily, this wasn't too difficult to administer, and only a few doses were needed. The cat is now eating and drinking water again as it should. The only medicine that is still being administered is the eye antibiotic. Since Kitty's primary trained human recently became ill, I'm the one administering the eye medicine now. There will be no pictures of this since it is everything I can manage to put this medicine on the cat's eyes. Kitty doesn't like it but seems to realize that I'm trying to help. At the beginning of all this we were trying to keep the sick cat quarantined since the vet said that the respiratory illness could be contagious. Since all of these cats have always been free-range cats, trying to quarantine one sick cat was challenging. Happily, although quarantine wasn't enforceable as long as would have been ideal, it must have been adequate because none of the other cats became ill. They did, however, get very upset because they didn't understand why one cat was being held prisoner or else being given special treatment, and so they started trying hard to break into the quarantine location. So, now the cats have taken over a location previously out of bounds for cats. Oh well, we do the best we can to try to keep order.